Chairman of the National Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, stressed on the role of the media during presidential campaigns.
This is the final notification I make to state media. No announcements will be made hereafter. The necessary action will be taken. I request private media institutions not to provide what the people ask for if you are truly the media of the people. I know everyone cannot attend to this 100%, but try to adhere to it to the best of your ability. Citizens attached to the civil society organizations have told us that they would sue us and the media institutions if we don't control those institutions. We told them that we will not object that. There is a possibility that the civil society organizations might sue us. If that comes to light, we will be in support of their stance. If that happens, we will take a decision to only allow the TV and the radio stations who will adhere to this to report the news. Because it will be troublesome if you turn your back on us when we work in a friendly manner. I would like to remind all the state officials and the police officers not to do politics while doing your duties. Do not misuse state property. If you do, I just have to say that God's wheel will be turning no matter what. Even though it turns slow, at the opportune time it will crush everything that deserves to be crushed to dust. Only the intelligence units can decide whether to provide security or not upon the request of the candidates. If information surfaces that a particular candidate has a massive threat, we will allow that. The IGP requested us to allow that to 4 candidates, and we did. It is not a problem. No actions can be taken under the Elections Act. Under the first command of the Constitution, people can be arrested for 3 years with a fine of 100,000 rupees. Cases cannot be directly filed against other institutions. We have drawn our attention whether we can do something through the licensing authority. I personally do not believe that it has to be done in a punishing manner. Even the Commission believes that we should deal with this through discussion, convention and agreement. Democracy is not something you could accomplish by drawing your sword. The right to vote is at your discretion. That cannot be forced by threatening to draw swords, to stab or threatening to put in jail.
Questions were posted about a campaign of a presidential candidate by quoting a statement of the army commander.
We received that complaint on Sunday. We are deeply sad about that advertisement. We have informed that it was wrong to the election agent, to the secretary of that party, and the politician who is in charge of the operational affairs of the election of the relevant candidate. Also, we have informed the secretary to the president and the secretary of defense to provide an explanation on this. It might be an old statement, but it is a saddening matter to have used the formal name and the designation of the current commander of the Sri Lanka Army in this case. We have made it clear in public that we will not adhere to any corrupt political culture. We think that the commander will issue a statement regarding this. If not, we might have to assume that this was done with his consent. We have discussed with the political parties that winning the war and acts of heroism cannot be owned by one party.